Emanuel Navarrete defeats Joet Gonzalez by unanimous decision. My scorecard was in agreement with the other two judges that gave it to Navarrete, 116, 112. I personally had a 115, 112 because I awarded Gonzalez with a knockdown in round 11. But nevertheless, Navarrete clearly won the fight. I thought Gonzalez won rounds 1, 2, 5, and 11. He started good. The first half of the fight was very close, but then he was swelling. He couldn't see from his left eye. And that's not to discredit Navarrete, because Navarrete was the one that closed Gonzalez's left eye. But in this fight, I think there's only the second fight I've seen for Navarrete. He looked vulnerable, Navarrete, in this fight. He was hurt a lot. A lot of punches landed were hurt. I thought Gonzalez, if he would have pushed the action more, he could have won this fight. And the judges were fair throughout. They had a 116, 112, which is a very fair scorecard. That's exactly how I had it. They weren't looking to pull out an Oscar Valdez type scorecard. But he just couldn't see at the end of the day. I was screaming at him, just keep throwing 1-2s, 1-2s. I was watching the fight with my brother. He's saying, you're expecting too much out of this guy. Maybe he's right. You can't expect the world from everybody. But I just wish he'd just give it a bit more. That fight was there for the taking. Maybe Navarrete, he's not a bad fighter, but that was just a bad performance for him. Maybe that style was bad for him. Maybe we underestimate Gonzalez just because Shakur Stevenson beat him fairly easily. Because never forget, Shakur Stevenson beat him for every single round. Gonzalez never landed on Stevenson. I think Gonzalez was landing like 4 or 3 punches per round on Stevenson, where several rounds here was landing over 20 punches per round. And Navarrete is much more easier to hit than Stevenson, of course. But at the same time, I know Stevenson performed better than Navarrete against Gonzalez. I still think Navarrete's non-stop punching style would give Stevenson a lot of trouble. I know I'm a big Shakur Stevenson fan, but I think that his Navarrete's non-stop pressure could give Stevenson a lot of problems. But I think he's there for the taking against Oscar Valdez. I think he's just the perfect style for Oscar Valdez. I think Jamal Herring, because of his size, he could outbox Navarrete. We all know Gervonta Davis has no interest in fighting Navarrete or Valdez or Stevenson or Haney or anyone for that matter. He wants to continue to fight bums on the PBC. He has no interest in being in any of these tough fights, Gervonta Davis. And maybe not him. I know the guy, he called out Josh Taylor before, but Floyd Mayweather Jr. does not want him to fight any of the top guys. I know Gervonta Davis is a warrior at heart. And let me tell you something. Coming from a boxing background, I just want to let you guys know one thing. No boxer believes he loses to any boxer. Like right now, if you say, even though everyone in the world would say you'd get your ass whooped, completely whooped, you'd die probably. If someone says, Sadiq, right now you're out of shape, but you could get yourself ready for decent shape for a heavyweight fight, how about you get a heavyweight title shot? Guess what? I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'll take it. I'm about to be heavyweight champion of the world. Even though I'm most likely going to get knocked out against, of course, by Usyk and Fury. That's how I say it. But when you're in that mood, when you're in that fighting mood, I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm bigger than Usyk. You know what? I'm smaller than Fury. Maybe I can get in and out. You see how, that's how fighters are crazy. That's how they think. So I don't want to hear that this fighter's scared of this guy. It's usually the management, the promoters. Fighters aren't scared. They don't fear anyone. They don't fear any other fighters. Like, it's like saying, like, just get into this mood. Like, these guys are real. These guys aren't just some fake street guys. These guys are real warriors. They don't really care who you put in front of them. But I want to know your guys' opinion. How does Navarrete compare with the other featherweight champions? How does he compare with Kid Galahad and Gary Russell Jr. and Leigh Wood? I think he's clearly better than Leigh Wood. I think he beats Gary Russell Jr. as well. I think him and Kid Galahad is a 50-50 fight. Kid Galahad knows how to control the pace. And that proved to be a true problem against Emanuel Navarrete. How would he deal with a guy that knows how to control the pace like that, who won't let him explode at him for the full 12 rounds? Let me know what you guys think about Emanuel Navarrete in the comments below. Did you guys have the fight like me and the two judges? 8 rounds to 4 for Navarrete. Did you guys have it wider, closer? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Sadiq Boxing out. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Again, Sadiq Boxing out.